Welcome back to my channel. Today we will learn about the latest dramatic developments in the world of the bold and the beautiful, and trust me, you won't want to miss a single detail. We're diving deep into the heart-wrenching, life-altering storyline that has sent shockwaves through the lives of our favorite characters, Grace, Liam, Bill, and, of course, the young man at the center of it all, Liam Spencer. Sit back, grab your favorite beverage, and let's unravel the tangled web of secrets, lies, and revelations that define this latest chapter in the saga of the Spencer family. Grace's terrifying discovery. It all begins when Dr. Grace Buckingham, the brilliant and compassionate surgeon, discovers that Liam Spencer has a tumor. The diagnosis is dire: the tumor must be surgically removed as soon as possible, or Liam's life could be in grave danger. Grace, ever the consummate professional, knows that time is of the essence. She immediately schedules the necessary tests and preparations for the operation, determined to do everything in her power to save her patient, and, as it turns out, her close friend, Liam. Preparing for emergency, the blood draw. Understanding the urgency, Grace informs Bill Spencer, Liam's presumed father and media mogul, of the situation. She explains that she needs to draw blood from Bill as a precautionary measure, ensuring that in case of a transfusion emergency during surgery, a compatible donor is readily available. Bill, deeply concerned for Liam's well-being and trusting Grace's expertise, readily agrees. He sits for the blood draw, hopeful that his contribution will help protect his son during this critical procedure. The shocking test results. But the moment Grace receives the lab results, her world is turned upside down. The blood types do not match. Bill Spencer's blood is incompatible with Liam's. This revelation carries a devastating implication. Bill cannot be Liam's biological father. The weight of this discovery crashes over Grace. She realizes that Liam's mother, Steffi Forrester, must have lied to Bill about his paternity. Grace is torn between her professional duty to protect patient confidentiality and her moral obligation to reveal the truth to Bill, who has every right to know that the son he loves may not be his by blood. Grace's moral dilemma. For a moment, Grace hesitates. Should she withhold the information to spare Bill the immediate pain, allowing him to focus solely on Liam's surgery? Or should she be forthright, risking the emotional devastation of her friend to uphold honesty and transparency? In her heart, Grace knows that truth must prevail. She cannot, in good conscience, let Bill remain in the dark about such a fundamental fact. The question then becomes not whether to tell him, but how and when. Confrontation and confession. Determined to handle the matter with the sensitivity it demands, Grace arranges a private meeting with Bill. In the hushed confines of his office, she places the blood test results on his desk and gently explains what they mean. Bill's initial reaction is one of disbelief. His mind races, memories of Liam's childhood flooding back, first steps, birthdays, school plays, all framed by the assumption that he was the boy's father. How could it be otherwise? Yet, as Grace calmly lays out the scientific evidence, the truth sinks in. Bill's world shatters in an instant. Bill's inner turmoil. Bill Spencer is a man accustomed to power and control. He built Spencer Publications into a media empire with relentless drive and unwavering confidence. But now, confronted with this personal betrayal, he feels powerless. The news threatens not only his identity as a father but also his plans for the future. Bill had intended for Liam to inherit Spencer Publications one day, to carry on his legacy and safeguard the family name. That plan now hangs in jeopardy. As he grapples with the enormity of the revelation, Bill faces a choice: to shield Liam from the truth or to embrace the painful path of honesty, potentially fracturing their relationship. The question of disclosure to Liam. While Bill wrestles with his emotions, the looming question is whether to tell Liam the truth about his paternity. On one hand, the young man is already facing a life-threatening surgery. The added shock of learning his father is not his biological parent could be too much to bear. On the other hand, withholding such a monumental truth could undermine trust forever if and when the secret inevitably comes out. Bill understands that in the world of the bold and the beautiful, secrets have a way of surfacing at the most inopportune moments. He knows that sooner or later, Liam will learn the truth. And the fallout could be catastrophic. Bill's immediate priority, Liam's surgery. Despite the emotional whirlwind, Bill's immediate focus remains on Liam's surgery. He resolves to set aside his personal turmoil for the time being and do everything in his power to ensure that the operation goes smoothly. He coordinates with Grace, confirming that all necessary arrangements are in place, the best surgical team, the most advanced medical equipment, and the blood supply sourced from a compatible donor. Bill also reaches out to Liam's closest friends and family, Steffi, Hope, and Finn, ensuring they are by Liam's side in the hospital waiting room, ready to provide emotional support. The inevitable unraveling of secrets. Yet, as any seasoned viewer of The Bold and the Beautiful knows, no secret stays buried forever. The show's writers have made it abundantly clear that every hidden truth eventually comes to light, often in spectacular fashion. Will Liam undergo surgery only to discover the truth in a hospital corridor, surrounded by doctors and nurses? Will Steffi's guilt drive her to confess before the operation, seeking redemption in the face of potential tragedy? Or will some other twist, perhaps involving Hope Logan or Thomas Forrester, bring the secret to the surface at the most dramatic moment? Potential repercussions on family dynamics. The fallout from this revelation promises to reverberate across every relationship in the Spencer and Forrester families. Bill's marriage, or at least his partnership, with Katie Logan could be tested as she grapples with supporting her husband through this crisis. Steffi Forrester's reputation and relationship with her mother, Taylor Hayes, could be irreparably damaged. And Liam himself, whether he learns the truth now or later, will have to reconcile his sense of identity with the fact that the man who raised him may not be his biological father. Exploring themes of parenthood and identity. At its core, this storyline touches on universal themes of parenthood, identity, and the bonds that define a family. Bill Spencer's love for Liam has always transcended mere biology. He has been a devoted father in every sense of the word. But the discovery that he is not Liam's biological parent forces him, and all of us, to ask, what makes a father? Is it blood, or is it the love, care, and sacrifice one gives to a child? Grace's role in this narrative highlights the moral complexity of truth-telling in medicine and personal relationships, underscoring how the pursuit of truth can both heal and hurt. What comes next? Speculation and anticipation. As fans eagerly await the next episodes, speculation runs rampant. Will Liam's surgery be successful? How will he react if he learns about his paternity in the aftermath? Will Bill ultimately decide to tell him himself, or will someone else spill the beans? Could there be another twist? Perhaps an old flame of Steffi's or a hidden DNA match that changes everything yet again? One thing is certain, the drama is far from over, and the emotional stakes have never been higher. In true Bold and the Beautiful fashion, this storyline combines high-stakes medical drama with deeply personal revelations, weaving a narrative that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. Grace Buckingham emerges as both healer and truth-teller. Bill Spencer faces the collapse of his carefully constructed world, and Liam Spencer stands at the crossroads of life and identity. As the secret of Liam's paternity looms over the characters, we are reminded that in this world, love, loyalty, and truth are constantly in flux, and that the ties that bind us can be tested in ways we never imagined. Next, We will learn about the latest developments in the world of the bold and the beautiful, where tensions are rising and relationships are being tested like never before. A hospital drama unfolds. At the Los Angeles General Hospital, an air of concern hangs heavy in the sterile corridors. Dr. Finn Finnegan, the brilliant neurosurgeon with a complicated past, paces anxiously outside the intensive care unit. Beside him, Dr. Grace Buckingham, the hospital's esteemed cardiologist, studies a set of perplexing test results with furrowed brows. Dr. Bridget Forrester, her expertise in pediatrics usually a source of comfort, finds herself at a loss as she joins her colleagues in their vigil. The object of their concern? None other than Liam Spencer, the charismatic publishing heir whose life hangs in the balance after a mysterious collapse at his office. As machines beep ominously in the background, the medical team debates potential diagnoses, their hushed voices a stark contrast to the chaos unfolding elsewhere in the city. Meanwhile, across town, Steffi Forrester faces the heart-wrenching task of explaining to her daughter why Daddy won't be attending her much-anticipated school dance. The usually composed Forrester CEO struggles to find the right words, her voice wavering as she kneels before the wide-eyed child. This poignant moment serves as a stark reminder of how quickly life can change, even for those accustomed to living in the spotlight. A seduction scheme in motion. In a surprising turn of events, an unlikely alliance has formed between two of the show's most intriguing characters. Luna Nozawa, the ambitious young designer with dreams of climbing the fashion world's ladder, has found an unexpected mentor in none other than Sheila Carter, the town's notorious villain with a penchant for manipulation. Behind closed doors at Forrester Creations, Luna meticulously prepares for her boldest move yet. With Sheila's guidance, she plans to seduce Will Spencer, the company's rising star and son of publishing magnate Bill Spencer. As Luna slips into a daring ensemble of lace and silk, one can't help but wonder about the true motivations behind this scheme. Is it merely a ploy for career advancement, or does Luna harbor deeper, more personal reasons for targeting the Spencer heir? The tension builds as Luna rehearses her approach, her nerves evident in the slight trembling of her hands as she applies a final touch of lipstick. Little does she know that events unfolding across town may soon throw her carefully laid plans into disarray. Chaos erupts at II Giardino. The elegant ambience of II Giardino, Deacon Sharp's pride and joy, is about to be shattered in spectacular fashion. As diners indulge in exquisite Italian cuisine, blissfully unaware of the storm brewing in their midst, two women prepare for a confrontation that will be remembered for years to come. Sheila Carter, her eyes blazing with barely contained fury, spots her target across the crowded restaurant. Poppy Nozawa, Luna's mother and a woman with secrets of her own, sits alone at a corner table, nursing a glass of red wine. The air crackles with tension as Sheila approaches, her movements deliberate and predatory. What follows is a scene of such dramatic intensity that it could only happen in the world of daytime television. Accusations fly, voices rise, and before anyone can intervene, Sheila crosses a line that leaves the entire restaurant in shocked silence. With a snarl of "You pathetic slut," she seizes a nearby dessert and smears it directly into Poppy's stunned face. The gasps of horrified onlookers are drowned out by the sound of chairs scraping against the floor as patrons scramble for their phones, eager to capture this moment of unrestrained drama. In mere seconds, social media platforms are flooded with videos of the altercation, ensuring that by nightfall, this will be the most discussed event in Los Angeles. The aftermath and implications. As the dust settles and the last bits of tiramisu are wiped from Poppy's face, the true implications of this public spectacle begin to unfold. Deacon Sharp, caught between his role as restaurateur and his loyalty to Sheila, must navigate the delicate balance between damage control and personal allegiance. Will he stand by his wife's actions, potentially jeopardizing the reputation of his fledgling business? Or will he prioritize II Giardino's future, risking the wrath of the volatile Sheila? The ripple effects of this confrontation extend far beyond the walls of the restaurant. Finn, upon learning of his birth mother's latest transgression, finds himself torn between familial obligation and professional ethics. How will this impact his already strained relationship with Sheila, and could it potentially compromise his position at the hospital? For Luna, the timing couldn't be more disastrous. As she prepares to make her move on Will Spencer, news of her mother's public humiliation threatens to derail her carefully crafted plans. Will she abandon her scheme in light of these events, or will this only fuel her determination to succeed, driven by a newfound desire for revenge against those who wronged her family? A web of interconnected drama. As we step back and examine the larger picture, it becomes clear that these seemingly disparate events are intricately connected, forming a web of drama that threatens to ensnare all of our beloved characters. Liam's mysterious illness, Steffi's struggle to maintain normalcy for their daughter, Luna's seduction plot, and the explosive confrontation between Sheila and Poppy, all these threads intertwine to create a tapestry of tension that will keep viewers on the edge of their seats. The coming weeks promise to deliver some of the most intense, emotionally charged episodes in The Bold and the Beautiful's history. Will Liam recover in time to salvage his relationship with his daughter? Can Luna's scheme succeed in the wake of her mother's humiliation? And perhaps most importantly, how will Sheila's very public meltdown affect the delicate balance of power in Los Angeles' high society? One thing is certain, in the world of The Bold and the Beautiful, no action is without consequence, and no secret remains buried forever. As alliances shift, relationships crumble, and new bonds form in the crucible of conflict, viewers can expect a roller coaster of emotions that will keep them tuning in day after day. Next, we will learn about the exciting return of a beloved character to the hit soap opera that has fans buzzing with anticipation. Nick Marone's impending arrival in Los Angeles is set to create quite a stir among the show's central characters. The half-brother of Ridge, sharing father Massimo Marone rather than Eric Forrester, will undoubtedly complicate the already tangled web of relationships. Their brotherly dynamic has always been fraught with tension, and Nick's return will certainly reignite old rivalries, especially as he sets his sights on reconnecting with Brooke, much to Ridge's dismay. For viewers who joined The Bold and the Beautiful family more recently, Nick Marone might be an unfamiliar name. His character has a rich history on the show, representing one of the more complex family connections. Despite Ridge being raised by Stephanie and Eric Forrester, the revelation of Massimo as his biological father created a permanent link between these two competitive brothers. Their complicated relationship has provided years of dramatic storylines, with Nick often serving as a foil to Ridge's plans and ambitions. The timing of Nick's return couldn't be more perfect for Brooke, who has been struggling with heartbreak after Ridge chose to remain with Taylor. Despite Ridge regaining control of Forrester Creations, his decision to stay with Taylor has left Brooke in a state of emotional turmoil. Nick's appearance will offer her a welcome distraction and perhaps even a chance at happiness without the man who has dominated her romantic life for decades. Their rekindled flame promises to give Brooke a fresh perspective and renewed optimism about her future. While fans will have to wait until after May sweeps for this exciting development, the anticipation is building for what promises to be a significant storyline. The next few weeks will gradually set the stage for Nick's arrival, creating the perfect dramatic foundation for when he finally makes his entrance on June 13th, barring any scheduling changes due to programming interruptions. Jack Wagner's return to the role of Nick Marone marks a significant moment for the show. Having portrayed the character from 2003 to 2012, Wagner brings nearly a decade of character history back to the screen. His previous brief appearance during the show's 35th anniversary celebration, which centered around Brooke and her numerous ex-husbands, was merely a taste of what's to come. This time, Wagner is back for what appears to be a substantial arc that will have lasting implications for multiple characters. The news of Wagner's return broke when he was spotted back on set at CBS Studios this week. According to reliable sources, the beloved actor has already begun filming scenes that will air starting in mid-June. This isn't just a quick cameo or guest appearance. All signs point to a meaningful storyline that will give Wagner's character room to develop and impact the show's current dynamics. The Bold and the Beautiful viewers have witnessed years of the emotional tug-of-war between Ridge, Taylor, and Brooke. This eternal triangle has been a cornerstone of the show's drama, but Nick's return adds a fascinating new dimension to this ongoing saga. As Ridge's half-brother and one of Brooke's significant past loves, Nick occupies a unique position to shake up the status quo and potentially alter the course of these long-established relationships. For longtime fans of the soap, Wagner's return represents a nostalgic nod to a beloved era of the show while simultaneously offering fresh storytelling possibilities. His character's history with both Brooke and the Forrester family provides rich material for the writers to explore, potentially revealing new facets of these well-established characters through their interactions with Nick. The Bold and the Beautiful has always excelled at bringing back familiar faces in ways that honor the show's history while propelling current storylines forward. Nick Marone's return continues this tradition, promising viewers an exciting blend of nostalgia and new drama. As summer approaches, fans can look forward to watching how this blast from the past will reshape the present landscape of Los Angeles's most glamorous and tumultuous fashion dynasty.